Imagine the end of a long day. You walk through your front door, drop your keys on the table, and turn the lock. In that single moment, the world with all its noise, its demands, and its judging eyes is finally shut out. You take a breath, and for the first time in hours, it feels like a real one. For most people, staying home on a Friday night is a sign of something wrong. They assume you're lonely, that you're missing out, or that you're simply too lazy to engage with life. They imagine you sitting in the dark, perhaps a bit depressed, scrolling through photos of people having real fun. But they couldn't be more wrong. For you, locking that door isn't about hiding. It's about returning to yourself. It's not a retreat from life, it's a return to the only place where you can actually hear your own thoughts. If home is your favorite place on earth, it's not because you're antisocial. It's because your mind is wired to value depth over noise and authenticity over performance. If you find your greatest joy within your own four walls, you likely share these four powerful personality traits. 1. The zero tolerance policy. The first thing you'll notice if you love staying home is that you have a zero tolerance policy for performative socializing. We've all been there. Standing in a circle at a party, nodding and smiling while someone talks at you rather than with you. You see the patterns, the masks people wear to impress each other, the fake laughter, the surface level noise that never touches anything real. To you, this isn't connection. It's a chore. You value authenticity so highly that you would rather be alone than spend 4 hours pretending to be interested in things that don't matter. Your home is the one place where the mask can come off. You don't have to dress for an audience, you don't have to rehearse your answers, and you don't have to explain why you're quiet. Home is where you get to be the real you without the social tax. 2. The high sensory radar. While others see a crowded restaurant as a vibe, you see it as an assault. You likely possess what we call high sensory intelligence. You notice things others miss: the flickering fluorescent light, the clinking of silverware, the heavy perfume of the person 3 tables away, and the chaotic energy of a room full of people. To your nervous system, the outside world is often too loud, too bright, and too much. When you stay home, you aren't just sitting there, you are the architect of your own comfort. You curate the lighting, you control the temperature, and you choose the soundtrack. This isn't about being sensitive in a weak way, it's about optimization. You know that you do your best thinking, your best creating, and your best living when the static of the world is turned down to 0. 3. The laboratory of the soul. People think that because you're at home, you're doing nothing. They imagine you're just rotting on the couch. But the truth is, you are probably busier than anyone knows. You view your home as a laboratory. It's where your projects live, your garden, your books, your art, your kitchen, or your complex hobbies. Deep creativity requires a lack of interruption. You love being home because that's where your tools are. It's where you can dive into a topic for 5 hours straight without someone asking you, what do you do for work? You aren't isolating, you are incubating. You're building things, learning things, and growing in ways that are impossible when you're constantly being pulled into the social orbit of others. Your home is the soil where your ideas actually get the chance to grow. 4. The drama-free threshold. You have likely reached a point in your life where you realize that drama is the most expensive thing in the world, and you've decided you're done paying the price. We've all had those friends who only call to dump their trauma or social circles that thrive on gossip and conflict. Staying home is your physical boundary against that chaos. You've realized that a quiet night with a book, a pet, or a partner who actually gets you provides more genuine happiness than a wild night out ever could. To a chaotic mind, your life might look boring, but to you, it looks like freedom. You've stopped seeking the cheap dopamine of a crowd and started seeking the lasting peace of a quiet mind. You aren't lonely. You've just finally reached a level of self-sufficiency where your own company is enough. The world will keep trying to convince you that you're missing out. They will keep trying to pull you out of your sanctuary and into the noise. But remember this, the ability to be happy within your own four walls is a sign of incredible inner strength. Most people spend their lives running to parties, running to vacations, running to the next distraction because they are desperate to escape themselves. They are terrified of the silence because they don't like what they hear when the music stops. But you've built a life you don't need to escape from. You haven't withdrawn from the world. You've just built a much better one inside. You are not antisocial. Bypassing the noise is simply the price you pay for finding the depth. So, the next time you turn that key and lock the world out, don't feel guilty. Take that deep breath. You aren't missing life. You're finally living it on your own terms.